A juror has been dismissed from the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial for making a joke about the Kenosha police shooting of Jacob Blake. Kenosha County Circuit Judge Bruce Schroeder addressed a request from prosecutors to excuse a juror who had made a joke about the Blake shooting to a courtroom deputy while being escorted to his car earlier in the week. The joke, according to prosecutors, was, why did the Kenosha police shoot Jacob Blake 7 times? Because they ran out of bullets. Blake, a black man, was shot in the back 7 times by a white police officer outside an apartment complex on August 23, 2020, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down. Rittenhouse is facing multiple charges, including homicide. He faces up to life in prison if convicted. This case right here is very strange to me, Greg, because already you have the actions of this judge where he has said that they cannot refer to the individuals who were killed as victims, but they can refer to them as looters and other names as well. Also, this judge, talk about being thin-skinned. This is the same judge who actually used time in the courtroom to criticize media people criticizing him. He even took aim at CNN legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin. I'm sorry, you're the judge in this case, and you take time to critique media folk who are critiquing you? Why is this man still on this trial?
Because this is America. I mean, I hate to say it that way, Roland, but let's be clear about this. And I've been listening to and talking with some of my friends and colleagues, including some practicing lawyers, about this case. Let's all brace ourselves, because unlike the Ahmaud Arbery case, which is, you know, as Lee said, the facts are there. This man has a very strong possibility of being acquitted, this boy, in self-defense. When you look at the facts of the case and you look at the law in Wisconsin, this little boy right here could walk. He doesn't even need the help of that white nationalist judge on the bench or the lynching jury that they have impaneled. So rather than get our blood pressure up, we have to understand that we're going to have to break this system in order to build something different. It is set up to do what it's going to do, and this man is very comfortable in his impunity, in flying his white nationalist flag. He's on the bench because this is America, brother, until we do something about it. But let's just brace ourselves. I mean, this is one we need to watch very closely, but I'm just a word of warning. This isn't as open and shut as you might think it's going to be.
It's just Georgia watching this case has been real weird. To the point Greg made when you saw all of these folks coming to his defense, these white nationalists like former actor Ricky Schroeder contributing, raising $2 million for his defense. You also have had, again, how this judge is ruling. I mean, you know, what we're seeing here is a stark contrast to how he is being treated. In many ways, this to me feels like Dylan Roof being taken to Burger King to get something to eat after he killed 9 black people at Mother Emanuel.
That's right. I mean, we continuously see these examples that are just outright insulting to the Black community. And the miscarriages of justice that continuously happen. And so, you know, I just hope that there is a new generation of Black people who are inspired to run for seats like, you know, a judgeship, because we need representation in every single aspect of the courtroom in order to really start to see the change that we need to come forward. It is weird to hear a judge make that kind of determination. But even from a media standpoint, Roland, when you think about the word victim, I mean, when you use the word victim, it automatically evokes empathy and compassion for a person. But not just in the courtroom are we seeing, you know, these white nationalists not allow Black people to be referred to as victims. But oftentimes when you look at media coverage, there are cases like Philando Castile or George Floyd, where we are seeing the media choose to not use that kind of language. Now, in some instances, you can argue that legally you can't use certain words like maybe murdered, right? We couldn't say that Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd until that was proven in court for legal reasons. But when you look up the definition of victim, I mean, a victim could be a victim of an accident. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that is determined in the court of law. And so there's so much nuance in language. And I think that it's why the work you're doing, Roland, with the Black Star Network is so important. And it's why we have to continuously control our own narratives.
Reese.
You know, I want to remind people that the two men that Kyle Rittenhouse killed are white men. So this is white on white crime. But it's not their whiteness that makes them a victim. It is the fact that they were standing with people protesting for Black Lives Matter. And that's what this defense attorney is trying to make this about. He's trying to make it an indictment on Black Lives Matter and trying to say, hey, if you're a white man and you cross state lines with a gun and shoot people, you can do it as long as you're protecting whiteness, even if your victims are white men. It also helps in Kyle Rittenhouse's case that one of the victims, Rosenbaum, is a pretty, not well-to-do. I mean, he was a homeless white guy, just got out of discharged from a mental hospital for a suicide attempt, and so he doesn't make for the most sympathetic victim because there's a lot of classism that happens amongst white people, and a lot of white people figure that the least of these is disposable to them, and so I think that we're dealing with a lot of aspects here where they're N-words for the sake of this trial, even though they're not actually Black people. So it's interesting to see how they get treated. They're getting these victims are getting the Black victim treatment in this case. So yes, will Kyle Rittenhouse get off? Most likely. There's a troll in your chat and Facebook, Roland, that is spreading the propaganda already. Oh, he's exonerated based on the footage and things like that. And so this is a cause now for the white nationalists. And I think that we're going to see that play out with the verdict that ultimately comes out. But I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is again one of the craziest things that we're seeing with this trial.
Roland unfiltered video in just one moment.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you. All of
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punching!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A Black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay Black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having. Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?